actual doors across both of these openings. But in the meantime, we went and we got some gates. So what William's doing right now is digging the hole for the post that we're going to attach these gates to. Now, this is a temporary situation, and we know that there is nothing so permanent as that which is temporary. Be that as it may.
It'll keep the goats from underneath the house for the time purpose.
For the time being, yes. Yeah. So now you're probably saying this is a long way from the house, and it has to be that way because this is a pier.
If we had a big enough saw, we could cut right across this and get this big chunk of concrete out, and then we could get 10 inches closer. You can see right here that the concrete, when they filled the hole, they just
splashed it over.
They just splashed it everywhere. And it's about 3 foot, which is more than enough for what we're doing. I did get 10-foot posts, so we'll have about 7 feet sticking out.
Whatever.
Well, because the purpose behind it was to use them on the next project if we wanted to. That stuff will tamp down in there a little bit, and we'll probably take some of this concrete or some rocks and put down there so water can drain down through. I did get pressure treated posts, and then we're just going to take this dirt, because this is just a temporary gate, and fill it in. Otherwise, I would use something like some of this concrete, because I already have it.
Here he comes. Now this red pressure treated is perfectly adequate for posts. It is not the kind of pressure treated that you need if you're going to support any kind of weight on the top of it. In that case, you need green. So this is the tamping that's occurring.
Get something that weighs a little more. Get something with a little bigger head on it.
Yeah.
A little better.
Yeah, but that's what we have. Time to mark where the hinges are going to get mounted, which is what we got going on here.
Yes, if you can hold it, but it was sucking it right in. Sure. And just go like that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Watch. Here, I won't use any pressure other than to start this. And you can watch how fast it sucks it in. I'm pulling back on it right now hard. We live in the woods, and unless the goats or something's going to come in here and pick this gate up off the hinges,
we don't have to worry about it.
Lots of times you put both hinges like that. So,
anyone ever seen Pirates of the Caribbean?
Half barrel hinges.
Yes,
the proper leverage.
Yes, exactly. This is what this conversation's getting at.
Yeah, well, in an instance like the other house where somebody actually stole the gate because the tenants decided to change the hinges, because I had one hinge. I had the top hinge like this, and the bottom hinge pointing up. You can't steal a gate without
undoing it.
Without some tools.
Yep.
So my question is, do you want to run them both the same direction up, or do you want to put them like this?
Considering where we live, I think we can probably put them both pointed up. I'm not really worried about the goats applying the proper leverage.
I'd be more worried about a bear, but a bear is just going to crawl over it anyway.
Yeah. So as you can see, they're both pointed up.
Yeah, and as you can see here, these hinges are mounted over here, but we're going to take them off and put them on that end of the gate because we decided we want the gates to swing out this way, as you can see, based off of where we put the posts, because most of our travel when we go in and out of here is going to be going that way.
Yeah. See where that nut went?
Yeah, it's on the floor.
Yeah.
So all we're going to do is push that out like that. And take that. And the first one was about here. The other thing, you can see these holes are square.
Yeah.
Carriage bolt, so you can put it in either direction. But typically, you're going to put it that direction. Now, I'm going to leave these a little loose till we kind of know our height, because that's the other thing we can do, is we can adjust our height of our gate by sliding these up or down. You grab the other end.
Yep. Are we applying the proper leverage?
Now, if you can read my mind as to what I want to do, I want your end to go down, 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 right there. Okay. Definitely want to bring the gate up.
Yep.
And I think what we're going to do, start with, we're going to go from one extreme to the other.
Okay.
If you lift up on the gate. Okay, go ahead and pick it up. We decided that we don't want to necessarily pick our gate up either way, like this. If you wanted to pick it up one direction or the other, you would tighten or loosen these back ones.
Kind of like shimming a door.
Yeah, yeah. Well, all I'm doing here is I'm just tightening this so it can't roll or move. I mean, it might be screwing with the level a little bit, but shouldn't really make too much of a difference.
Now, what about the fact that this is kind of...
I mean, it's not necessarily a big deal, but if somebody had an issue with it, you could loosen it and kind of flatten it out a little bit. There's a lot of space around these hinges. They're definitely made for room for error.